something old, something borrowed, something new. We're going to depart a little bit from our normal show to introduce this recording, which came by a Canadian company a few years ago. It appears that it's the only known surviving recordings of the Buddy Weed Trio on a show that ABC produced nationwide or internationally, including Canada, since the source of these discs were obviously from a turntable. I don't know the source of it, but was on a cassette tape. We've been trying to locate these originals, but we have been unable to acquire them at this time. But I'm going to release these anyway for historical content, including a photograph that was done for the newspapers, publishing companies as a promotional release or a PR or public release photograph. They've been colorized, but I think that you're going to enjoy this. There are 2 tracks that I'm going to include on this release. I have one more, total of 3, Monday Night Melody. And here is now, for the first time in over 70 years, the 1947 recordings of the Buddy Weed Trio in Monday Night Melodies.
Monday Evening Melody by the Buddy Weed Trio. Well, music lovers, here's something we've dreamed up for you. The stuff's real good. The music of the Buddy Weed Trio, presented by the American Broadcasting Company. A brief quarter hour calculated to take the blue out of Blue Monday. Here's an idea for everyone with spring in his eyes and love of Bornin in his heart. What's more, she'll like it, too. Try it, but quick, on the advice of the trio and Mr. Hush Hush, who's going to sing, what's good enough for my baby is good enough for me.
Now if my baby hankers for a brand new limousine, and I still like my beat-up Model T, I'll sacrifice it gladly, 'cause I love her oh so madly. What's good enough for my baby is good enough for me. My baby goes for caviar and lots of fine champagne. Hot dogs and beer are my big luxury. I'll give up the beer and franks just to hear her tell me thanks. What's good enough for my baby is good enough for me. I like walking under stars every evening in the park, or sailing on a moonlight river trip. But she likes to see her stars in a nightclub after dark, where the waiter gets a $20 tip. So if my baby wants to have a penthouse and a yacht, while a cellar dweller is what I yearn to be, I'll give up my foolish pleasures for the simple things she treasures. What's good enough for my baby is good enough for me. So if my baby wants to have a penthouse and a yacht, while a cellar dweller is what I yearn to be, I'll give up my foolish pleasures for the simple things she treasures. What's good enough for my baby is good enough for me. My baby only likes to eat at places ultra chic. So now, though I still like Charlie, we'll be seen at the Martinique. What's good enough for my baby is sure good enough for me.
What's your trouble, honey? Why sit over there in the corner? Feeling kind of down? Ah, what's the use in that? Come on, baby. Don't be that way. Here's a little prescription for pleasant dreams. Nifty piano, slick guitar, a bass that's strictly on the beat, and Mr. Hush's voice just blending together while you sigh and hum with. I'll close my eyes.
I'll close my eyes to everyone but you. And when I do, I'll see you standing there. I'll lock my heart to any other caress, and I'll never say yes to a new love affair. I'll close my eyes to everything that's gay. If you're not there to share each lovely day, and through the years, those moments when we're apart, I'll close my eyes and see you with my heart. And through the years, those moments when we're apart, I'll close my eyes and see you with my heart.
got something here that's really fine. For instance, B. Weed at the piano, TK at the guitar, and F. Joby just hugging that bull fiddle. All wrapped up in the version, as they recorded it with Paul Whiteman, of I Found a New Baby. Ah, this one's little but awfully cute. She talks a mile a minute and makes you beam. Until you stop her prattle with a kiss, of course. And her name would be, Linda.
My story is simple. The girl has a dimple, but I am as shy as can be. Now, she doesn't know it, for I never show it, but I love her secretly. Night and day is all that I can say. When I go to sleep, I never count sheep. I count all the chimes about Linda. And lately it seems, in all of my dreams, I walk with my arms about Linda. But what good does it do me? For Linda doesn't know I exist. Can't help feeling gloomy. Think of all the loving I've missed. We pass on the street, my heart skips a beat. I say to myself, hiya, Linda. If only she'd smile, I'd stop her a while, and then I would get to know Linda. But miracles still happen, and when my lucky star begins to shine, with just one lucky break, I'll make Linda mine. But miracles still happen, and when my lucky star begins to shine, with just one lucky break, I'll make Linda mine.
Well, we've we've just tied the string around the fine stuff that we've dreamed up for you this week, the music of the Buddy Weed Trio. But next week, we'll return at this time on many of these ABC stations for another musical hypo to take the blue out of Blue Monday. Mr. Hush Hush and the Trio. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company. ABC presents the Buddy Weed Trio. For a quarter hour of music that's got a style all its own, the American Broadcasting Company presents the Buddy Weed Trio. Buddy Weed, Felix Joby, and Tommy Kay, blending piano, bass, and guitar in smooth melodies and syncopated rhythms. Well, most schools are closed during the summer months, but that doesn't mean that there's an end to education, no, sir. In some cases, it's just beginning. And to prove it, here's Hush Hush Weed on the vocal with Joby and Kay to announce, you don't learn that in school.
Listen to me, children, and take some good advice. I'm gonna tell you something, don't make me say it twice. Put away your lessons, throw away your books, 'cause I'm gonna tell you what cooks. Venus was a woman who had a lot of charms, but she got so much hugging she wore out both her arms. But you don't learn that in school. No, you don't learn that in school. There ain't no doubt about it, you don't learn that in school. King Arthur was a hero who's famous everywhere. He had a big round table 'cause he couldn't stand the square. But you don't learn that in school. No, you'll never learn that in school. There ain't no doubt about it, you won't learn that in school. Columbus was the greatest explorer of his day. But when he got to Brooklyn, the poor guy lost his way. But you don't learn that in school. No, you won't learn that in school. There ain't no doubt it, you'll never learn that in school.
Ah, Buddy, you sounded like a real PhD there.
Professor Weed, please. Professor Weed.
Oh, sorry, old boy. But if that's the case, would your professorship and the rest of the trio play one of my favorite tunes?
Why, sure, Bill. What is it?
I want to be loved.
I shall echo your words.
Baby, you're so aggravating. Why'd you leave me all alone? Baby, I can't stand this waiting. When you gonna come back home? I wanna be loved, but only by you. I shouldn't be so crazy about you, but what can I do? This feeling has me sighing. My dreams you're magnifying. but they don't ever come true. Oh, can't you love me just a wee bit little? 'Cause I wanna be loved, but only by you. Oh, can't you love me just a wee bit little? 'Cause I just wanna be loved, but only by you.
And now the Buddy Weed Trio gets serious for a moment. No fooling, they've got something really fine here, and they want to play it for you. It's Buddy's special arrangement of George Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue, with Buddy Weed on piano, Felix Joby on bass, and Tommy Kay on guitar. So for a real treat, just settle back for the Rhapsody in Blue. And that was the Buddy Weed Trio playing George Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. Mr. Weed, for that arrangement of the Rhapsody, you do deserve the title of Professor.
Why, thanks, Bill. But, I think I'd rather be a painter.
A painter?
Yeah, but a particular kind of painter.
Where'd you get that idea, man?
Why, from a song, Bill. And I kind of think the guy in the song has more fun than anybody.
Well, what do he do?
Why, he's just the man who paints the rainbow in the sky.
Iron a kite, eh?
He comes around and hangs the moon up every evening and sprinkles stardust as we go by. He's the man who paints the rainbow in the sky. He must have blessed the fallen star that I just wished on, 'cause when I kissed you, he winked his eye. He's the man who paints the rainbow in the sky. He needs no introduction. His manner's so discreet. Just follow his instructions. You'll be walking down Rainbow Street. It must have been the wedding march I heard him whistling, because there's no one who's quite as sly as the man who paints the rainbow in the sky. Now he needs no introduction. His manner's so discreet. Now just follow his instructions. You'll be walking down Rainbow Street. It must have been the wedding march I heard him whistling, because there's no one who's quite as sly as the man who paints the rainbow in the sky.
And there you have it, another quarter hour with the Buddy Weed Trio. Piano, bass, and guitar blending in smooth melodies and syncopated rhythms, with vocals by Mr. Hush Hush Weed himself. Hope you enjoyed it, and do pay us another visit next week at this time, when we'll be back over most of these same ABC stations. And if you've got any suggestions, why, just send them in to Buddy Weed, care of the American Broadcasting Company, New York 20, New York. See you next week. Now, here's a special program note. For a sparkling hour of music and memories, don't forget to reserve an hour for the new Paul Whiteman Club. It's tomorrow afternoon over this ABC station. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.